This is Global Tel-Link. You have a prepaid call from
Adisa.
an inmate at the California State Prison, San Quentin, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now. Thank you for using Global Tel-Link.
To my brothers in London, I want to take a minute or so to introduce myself and later share some of my thoughts and experiences with you. My name is Steve Champion. My Swahili name is Adisa Kamara. I am currently at San Quentin State Prison. I am on death row. I have been on death row for 37 years. I am also a writer and author. I grew up in Los Angeles, California. I was a gang member, and when I was active, I represented the Raymond Avenue Crips. As a juvenile, I was in and out of juvenile prisons, and when I was 18, I was facing the death penalty, and at the age of 20, I was sent to death row. I have been here ever since. My incarceration continues to be a journey of change, growth, and development. For the last few years, I have been reading about the growing knife and gang violence in London, and it reminds me of the gang and gun violence in certain parts of the United States. Even though we are oceans apart, and I sit inside a prison cell on death row, and times have changed between when I was growing up and now, I know what you're going through, which is why I feel compelled to reach out to you, because I care about what happens to you. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you to leave your gang, because I know for many of you, the gang is your family. What I am going to ask you to do is something more powerful than that. But it is within your power to make it happen. I want you to transform yourself.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I want you to transform your gang, and in doing so, transform your neighborhood so that you can make a difference in your community. I want you to look around in your neighborhood, the place you call your turf, and ask yourself, have my actions helped or harmed my neighborhood? And then ask, what can I do to make a difference in my neighborhood? Looking back on my own life, I didn't think I could make a positive contribution in my neighborhood. My thinking was, since me or my homeboys didn't own any property or business where we lived, why should I care? That was my mindset, so I didn't bother to uplift my community. I thought and believed that real strength was being tough and proving how many people I could beat up. I thought how much money I had, how many people I robbed, or how many sexual conquests I had under my belt is what symbolized my manhood. Guess what? That was false. What I did learn is real strength is taking the initiative to change. There's a Chinese proverb that says, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. What I want to tell you is, change begins when you decide to change how you think. When you change how you think, it would change your attitude. When you change your attitude, it would change how you see yourself and the world around you. That's what transformation is all about. It changes your perspective about life. In closing, to my brothers in London, do not allow the circumstances of your life to define you. You have the power to decide who you are and where you want to go in life.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
You have the power to be an architect of change and transformation in your community. If not you, Then who? Thank you.